Hey guys, I told you it was coming. The Sporterized Enfield No4 Mk1. Check this thing out with me. Now before we get started, don't forget to check out our friends over there at Workaday Custom Gun Leather, custom made to order. Go ahead and check them out. Well, here it is. So some people can say that this is just a rifle. Some people can say that this thing is an abomination. In some ways, I can go both ways with you. So this Enfield No4, like I talked about in the Inspirational Guns #7, is the second rifle I ever bought. This thing is very near and dear to my heart, and is probably, yeah, I think it is the only sporterized military rifle that I've ever bought. So this thing is really great. At its core, remember, at its core, it is still an Enfield No4. Everything about it is still the same, except a few pieces and parts to it. So most noticeably, you're going to see the stock has obviously been cut down and parts removed. Alright, and that's part of the sporterization process. Basically, they reduce a lot of weight by taking a lot of the wood off. The old military firearms, they would have extended forearms. A lot of it was to protect the barrel and pretty much just to give it that extra little bit of heft. Now back in the day, remember, hand-to-hand combat was fairly common, so a nice heavy rifle was very handy, okay? And even sporterized, this thing is still pretty hefty. So imagine being a bad guy on the access side and getting a butt stroke from this. Nope, no thank you. Now, it does still have some of the old components on there, the bayonet lug that you can see on there. The loading tower is still there, so I can still load stripper clips on there. The original sights have been removed. Okay, so they originally had peep sights, and they had a ladder sight on there that you could pop up and do extended ranges. Now it's been replaced with the Williams sight that you can see on there, and that is adjustable, but from whoever sporterized this thing, I would assume that they converted it for the sake of being a deer rifle, so you know, here we are. It does still have the original markings on it, for what's left anyway. There's a few up on the end of the barrel that are really interesting. On the side, you'll see a couple of the markings too, and I'll get some close-ups for you. And I'm not really sure what some of these markings are, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys just for fun. Holler it out, let us know. That way everybody can, you know, kind of learn from this. I mean, I could Google it myself, but I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to let you guys do the work for me. On the wristband, it shows you the date of manufacture, 1942, which is really cool to me. So this was there at the very beginning. This was manufactured. For those of you who don't know, the British Enfield No4 Mk1 is a bolt action, and it takes 2 5-round stripper clips in this detachable magazine here, and so you can have a total capacity of 10 rounds. Back in World War II days, and even back in World War I, that was a big deal, like a really, really big deal. Now it is cock on close, and that attributes to the speed of the rifle. Believe me, it goes really, really fast. I'm not going to burn off any kind of ammo like this. I do have a previous video where I show a little bit of the speed of it, but when it cocks on close, you can see the hammer came back right there. And it's not loaded, of course, so an easy way to decock it is just like that, and that'll work just fine. For the love of God, don't use that method to decock it if it's still loaded, okay? Don't do it. That's only if it's unloaded. I have to put that disclaimer out there because I know somebody's going to do it. So anyway, even though some of the parts are missing, it's still a very shootable gun. Very, very shootable gun. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So anyway, like I was saying, this thing at its core is still an Enfield No4. Okay, this is still the basic rifle. It's just the appearance has been changed up a little bit. Some parts have been removed, but it still functions essentially the same way. Namely, like I mentioned, with the stripper clips. So you'll take 2 of these, open the action up, put it right here on the bridge, and it'll set right in there. And then with your thumb, you're gonna run those rounds down into it, and you'll see it when I load up in a minute. And you'll run the rounds straight in the magazine, pull the stripper clip out, discard it, get a second one, same deal. So for my purposes today, I'm just going to be loading stripper clips of 5 because we're going to be doing 50 yards and 115 yards, ringing the gong out there. And I think that should be sufficient. And then if I can find something fun to shoot, we'll do that too. I can't shoot any steel at 50-yard range. It'll destroy it. If you had a look at the steel swingers and any of the other videos, there's holes in them. Yeah, because people have shot them at short range with a little bit more oomph behind the round. So I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to find something else that's fun to shoot too. So we'll have a good time with this. But anyway, so these are not mil spec. Mil spec for the Enfield back in the day was 174 grains and 303 Brit. These are 180 grains. Okay, so they're going to fly a little bit higher. They're going to have a little bit more boot to them. But given the market is what it is, so this is what I could find. This is what we're shooting. Now I've shot these on several occasions and they're plenty accurate enough. So it's not like we're going to be shooting a shotgun here. We're still going to be getting some good groups. And for the sake of argument, these are not the original mil spec. So even if I did still have the original sights, these would still fly high, or they might even fly differently than the other ones did. But as far as what I've got right here, they do just fine. Alright, and so without further ado, let's see how she does at the 50. A straggler there. Better put my ears in for this one. Cool. That thing's got some bite. Oh man, let's see how we did at that 50. So they're at 50 yards. 4 nice holes. I don't know what the hell happened to the 5th one. That's weird. Wonder if I doubled up, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I expected them to fly high. 50 yards is 50 yards. For this rifle, that's less than child's play. And especially throwing that 180 grain projectile on there, it was going to go high no matter what. So my aiming point was here. So naturally, they all went right about there. And that was to be expected. I don't know where that 5th one is. That's kind of bugging me. But whatever, you guys get the point. It aims in just fine. Alright, so just for fun, I set out a couple spray cans. Now these ones have already been shot. And you're going to notice that there's shaving cream down there. That's because I just blasted a shaving cream can down there. But, seeing as it's pretty much the end of the day, those will suffice. This thing puts out so much power and they're moving at such a high velocity. I don't know if the cans are actually going to move, but I know it's going to blast the crap out of them. That's a fact. But we're going to see. So anyway, I'm not going to use the tripod for this, so let's have some fun with it. Off something. There goes that one. Truth be told, I can only tell that I hit the one because it just flew off in outer space. But the problem with it is, with them being empty cans, they're not really reactionary the way I usually like them. They explode when I hit them. With them being empty, the round's probably sailing straight through it, and the only way to tell if it even hit is you're going to see it on a target camera down there. Now, after just those 5 rounds, I guess you can count 10, this barrel is pretty darn hot. So that's another reason why back in the day they had part of the stock was over top of the barrel too, because that's hot. That's like really hot. You don't want to touch that without gloves. Anyway, let's go check those cans. So there's 3 of them are still in place. That's the one I definitely walloped, and that was the freshest one, still had a little bit of spray paint in it, but sailed through very neatly. Because I'm compensating. Nope, I don't think I got that one. Yeah, I definitely got that one. See, that right there, it shows you it'll hit, but it'll sail right through it and you don't even know it. I don't know about that one either. I know it's kind of rough estimating where you're going to hit at, but it's definitely walloping the wood. So, oh well, that was fun. Let's go out to 100. So here's the situation. I'm used to rifles being mil-spec, being in their original configuration. Being that this is sporterized, that's a little bit problematic for me, because I've never actually attempted this range with this particular rifle. So, there's some loading issues. So, I'm not 100% how this thing is actually going to shoot at that range. Is it going to go low? Is it going to go high? It definitely shoots straight, so I'm not worried about that. But I just loaded up 10 rounds just in case, so we can at least make sure we get at minimum 1 ding. But I have the target camera down there, and let's see how we do. It's something. Now I'm aiming low there, so let's go a little bit higher maybe. Nope, definitely not. Ugh, come on, I'll at least get 1 ding. I wonder if I'm still going high. That's a solid hit right there. Alright, I think I got it now. Boom! Another solid hit. Cool. Hope the cameras are down there. Boom! Last one. Good hits. We gotta see how we did. Ye God, look at that. Sheared that. Ooh, it's still hot. Sheared that. There's some good hits. All of them are going high. That right up there. Nailed the tree. Swallow up the crap out of it. That's that one that I thought I had to go high. No. So 1, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's quite a few of them. That thing was hitting it like a ton of bricks. Hey guys, sometimes it's about the journey. So this is the first time, this is the first time I've ever shot this particular rifle at 100 yards. And, well, I get sidetracked with other stuff, but I never actually wanted to make the attempt with this before. I never thought I could. Well, here we are. Now, the biggest deal that I was dealing with is I have to compensate, one, these sights, I don't know where they're going to hit at certain ranges. 2, I have to compensate for that bullet rise because of that heavier projectile, the 180 grain versus the mil-spec 174. So this is what we end up getting. Aiming point was right here at the bottom of the target, very bottom of the target, 115 yards. And it's just walloping way up here. So that goes to show you bullet weight matters, especially if you're shooting for range. it really matters. Going from right here and nailing up here. So that means those misses, now the one I knew I went up high. Those misses though, when I was aiming like around this region here, all of those were still going high. Now I highly doubt that any of them went left or right, but I mean even the branch up there is just absolutely wrecked. But man, the power that this thing puts out, holy crap. Can you even fathom fighting with this thing? Or going against it, fighting against this rifle? Whoa. Those 8mm Mausers that they used to have, the 30-06 Springfields, just, and these 303 Enfields. You really got to hand it to those guys. Man, they're just absolutely mountains among men to stand up to a rifle like this. Now, this thing, it's ugly as sin right now, and the entire video, I could hear folks cringing even before you watched it. While I was producing it, you know, I could hear you cringing. Sporterizing's a sin, right? But at its core, it's still the original rifle. I did consider attempting to restore this thing, but like I said in Inspirational Gun 7, the sentimental value kind of prevents me from doing that. I'm just going to get another number 4. In fact, I was just down at the local shop looking at a couple of them today. Found a really nice long branch, actually. But anyway, this thing, it still shoots great. If I wanted to put a scope on it, I don't even know if I want to do that. But then, you know, I could really zero everything in for 100%. But, I don't know, kind of having fun with it how it is. Is it ever going to be in its original glory? No. No, it won't, as long as I hold it in my hands. But it'll still shoot, and that's a fact. As for that thing, that thing took a beating today. Probably hasn't taken a beating like that in a little while, actually, but sometimes it needs it. But anyway, the Enfield No4 right here at its core is an excellent rifle, and I'd love to get one and show it to you guys. Just because it's sporterized doesn't make it a piece of crap, okay? It devalues it. It takes it away from its original look and everything like that, yeah. But as long as you take care of it, and as long as you know how to use it, it still shoots pretty much the same way. It shoots just fine. Now this thing's a regular pain because this thing likes to jar loose from that recoil. But man, that's still hot. But anyway, I'm sure there's plenty of hatred for the sporterized rifle here. You know, you got to appreciate it for what it actually is and not what it looks like and what's been done to it. Maybe Bubba got his mitts on it. Yeah, okay, well, I have it now, so too bad. I enjoy it. It's gonna stay how it is. Hey, if you guys want to refurbish yours, if you end up getting a sporterized one, I say more power to you, and I've seen some really good jobs done too. So, hey, do it to it. I won't, not on this one anyway, but do it to it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you had as much fun as I did. Hey, holler out in the comments. Let me know what you think. Dying to see this. If you want to see some more stuff like this, I don't have any more sporterized rifles. Sorry. All the rest of my stuff's mil-spec. I got this one when I was a bright-eyed, bushy-tailed 18-year-old kid, didn't know nothing about nothing. You know what? And I still love the darn thing, just the same. But yeah, this is about the only one I got. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your buddies. And until next time.